Water and earth, this spell I lay, no adverse powers here will stay. Fire and air, this charge I lay, no adverse powers here will stay. Hey everyone, McTavish here. Today, thought I wanted to give you guys a book review. This book, Evolutionary Herbalism by Sajah Popham. Science, spirituality, and medicine from the heart of nature. This book is excellent. I love this book. It is a magical book. Now, any of you out there who are herbalists and don't know very much about magic, this book will blow your mind. And any of you out there who are magicians but don't know about herbs, this book will make it easy for you to form a relationship with plants and to bond with herbs and understand them. So, Evolutionary Herbalism is Sajah Popham's innovative approach that considers many things. Now, Sajah is very knowledgeable about plant medicine, Western herbalism, Ayurveda, and alchemy, Hermeticism, and Kabbalah. Many magical arts. So he brings that all together in this book. The book is laid out in 5 pillars of evolutionary herbalism. 5 pillars are the light of nature, energetic architecture, universal herbalism, transformational medicine, and know thyself. Those are the 5 pillars of evolutionary herbalism. First pillar, the light of nature, makes up the first part of the book. And the light of nature is about the intelligence within the natural world and the soul of nature. You have Natura Sophia, the wisdom of nature. That is the innate intelligence of the plants. Gnosis Cardiaca, that is the knowledge of the heart. And that is showing you the importance of your heart center and how your heart center can connect to the spirit of the herbs and the plants and communicate with them and transform through them. Now, this pillar, the light of nature, is all about learning from the plants themselves. The plants are your teachers, and they show you how they should be applied. The second pillar, energetic architecture. Okay? Energetic architecture is the energetic makeup of a plant or a person based on the doctrine of emanations. Now, the doctrine of emanations comes from Hermeticism, and it is explaining how the universe comes into being, starting with universal oneness and dividing down into different levels of reality until we get to Midgard, where the physical world manifests. So, as part of the energetic architecture, Sajah includes the 5 elements, which you probably have heard of. They are fundamental to all traditions. The 3 principles. The 3 principles are also fundamental, but you might not know what I mean. The 3 principles in alchemy are sulfur, mercury, and salt. What that really translates into is essence, spirit, and body. That's the 3 parts of any creature that is here on the earth. We all have these 3 parts, and in the human, you have sulfur, mercury, and salt. And in the plant, you have sulfur, mercury, and salt. Now, in other traditions, this can be called different things. In Chinese medicine, you have the 3 treasures, which is Jing, Qi, and Shen. This is the same as the sulfur, mercury, and salt. In Druidry, they would call it Kalas, Nuivra, and Guyar. The 3 principles that make up the universe. So, sulfur, mercury, and salt, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. The 5 elements, the 3 principles, and what's next? The 7 planets. This connects the whole system to astrology, and the archetypes of the planets are coming into the plants. Planet, plant, I'm sure they come from the same root. And magically, plants are seen as representations of the planets here on Earth. So, with the energetic architecture of the 5 elements, the 3 principles, and the 7 planets, you can get a holistic understanding of a plant and its makeup and its purpose. Also, you apply that energetic architecture to a human to assess what kind of imbalances they have and what sort of corrections they need in their constitution. So this book is showing you how to holistically understand herbs and understand how to apply them in a magical setting, a magical cosmology, hermetic actually. So the 3rd pillar, universal herbalism. This is about the holistic person, the holistic plant, like I was just saying. First is the principles of vitalism. Vitalism is the understanding of the vital force, which we might call qi. Maybe it would be Jing, but I think it would be qi. And in Druidry, that would be the Nuivra. And I believe in the Old Norse, we call that ond. But there's different names for it in many different traditions, but that is the life force energy that is coming into your body and nourishing you and keeping you moving and going. So you have to understand how the vital force flows through a person, and through promoting the free flow of that vital force, you promote that person's health. So the principles of vitalism. How does the vital force flow through plants and people? Holistic person consists of all the things we were just talking about. The elemental human, the triune human, that's the 3 principles, and the celestial human, that's the 7 planets. How do the energetic patterns, the archetypes of these different principles manifest in a person? Holistic plant, okay? You have the same thing here. You have the elemental, the triune, and the celestial. How do all these energetic patterns and forces manifest in a plant? In the holistic plant, you want to go over all the different things that are going to give you clues as to the affinities of these plants, such as taste, energetics, affinities, and actions. This is going to show you how the plant works, what it wants to do. So, universal herb. So far, we have the light of nature. That's learning from the plants themselves. Energetic architecture. How do the fundamental principles of the universe manifest through plants? Universal herbalism. That's the principles of vitalism, the holistic person, the holistic plant. So, pillar 4, transformational medicine. Okay, now this is going into holistic evaluation of the people. So it's starting to help you with how do you do like an herbalist's intake. When the person comes, what kind of questions do you want to ask them? What kind of things do you want to pay attention to get an idea of how the energetic patterns are manifesting through their body or imbalanced in their body or psyche. So that's really helpful if you want to be an herbalist, because it gives you a little bit of a framework to go on when you're trying to figure out what you need, what people need from you. Then you go into selecting the right remedies based upon that evaluation. This is in the book. This is all related to the energetic architecture, okay? The energetic architecture of the plant is how you're going to select the right remedies, because you do the holistic evaluation. You determined the state of the holistic person. Now you want to use the energetic architecture of the plants that will help bring that energetic architecture of the person into balance. So it's all just connected. Now, next, in transformational medicine, you have spagyrics. This is like a whole nother subject. There's entire books written on spagyrics themselves, and he has in here a great introduction to spagyrics and understanding of what it is and how it is going to benefit your herbal medicine. So, through spagyrics, he gets to initiatic medicine, okay? And here he starts talking about the Kabbalah and how the energies of the plants come down through the planets and the Sephiroth of the Kabbalah, and how through the plant medicine you become transformed psychologically and spiritually. And it is initiatic medicine because you are being initiated into the mysteries of these plants, and they are healing you and changing you and making you into a new person. Okay? And that is magic. So, the 5th and final pillar of evolutionary herbalism, know thyself. This is like the oldest statement known to philosophers. It's written at the Temple of Delphi. Know thyself. Okay? This is just about how self-knowledge is going to bring you transformation. And through forming a relationship with plants, you gain knowledge about yourself, because the plants are going to teach you about your own inner world. And as you see how you react to a plant, you're going to learn about yourself. Okay? So transformation through self-knowledge. That's what this is all about. if you aren't sick, this method of herbalism will still help you because it will help you on your journey. So, you don't have to be an herbalist to be a magician, but if you are a magician and you don't know, if you are a magician, you have the skills to interact with these plants. And once you do, you are going to fall in love with them. I guarantee it. So, 5 pillars of evolutionary herbalism. Now we've gone through all. That's what this book is about. Okay, there's huge things in here. It's a big book. There is huge things in here that could be books on their own. And if you go into this, it is gonna make you love herbs. Very good book, and I can't recommend it highly enough. But at the beginning of the video, I said this book was magical. And I think you understand why I say that just from me explaining the book. But now I want to tell you a personal story when I first started reading this book, okay? Now, I have sort of a Venus issue in my astrological birth chart. Venus is very controlled and not standing out. I've trouble with that. Okay, so when I was reading this book, I was like flipping through, and my attention was drawn to this random page, and it was about motherwort. Okay, motherwort is the lion's heart and the loving mother, and motherwort softens tension and rigidity in the heart. Okay, I didn't know this at the time. I learned this, but I thought it was weird. My attention was drawn to that, and then I was reading the book, and I got to the part about gnosis cardiaca and talking about communicating through the heart, and then I got to this other part about motherwort, a completely different part that still had motherwort that I randomly was drawn to and found. And whenever I was reading about motherwort softening the heart and knowing about the knowledge of the heart from gnosis cardiaca, my mind flashed to Venus in my birth chart. And I started to get so emotional, and I started crying, and it was like I didn't know why. It was really weird. But after I cried for a while, I started laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing, and I didn't know why, except for that everything was just so funny. And I think that I had a lot of emotions trapped inside my heart, and that the motherwort was helping to release that. And I hadn't even I hadn't even had any motherwort yet. I didn't even know the herb, but I had that experience. And after that, I started drinking motherwort tea and spending time with motherwort. And for a while, every time I would drink the tea, I would get high, and I would start laughing uncontrollably, and I didn't know what I was laughing about, except for that everything that I thought about seemed so ironically funny. And it was really a great experience, and I feel like afterwards I'm more able to feel like emotions coming out of my heart. So that this book actually prescribed me an herb that helped me in a deep and spiritual way. And that is really why I say this book is magical. So if you're an herbalist, you want to read this book. It'll help you deepen your herbalism. If you're a magician, you want to read this book because it's going to make herbs it's just going to open up the world of herbs to you, and it's going to be like, of course this is it. So, Evolutionary Herbalism by Sajah Popham. Excellent book. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to do more book reviews in the future. I don't know what else, but other things too. So subscribe to my channel if you are super into magic.